with journals, art, projects, organized, planner chic.
Well, hello planner babes, and welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and select the bell for notifications. Well, first I want to thank all my Patreon members who help make it possible to create videos like this. Well, thank you guys so much. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, just go to patreon.com/organizedplannerchic. Okay, you guys, first I want to thank you so much. So many of you guys lifted me up in prayer because I've been sick. I went to the ER, and you guys just made really great comments on my posts and totally understood that I wasn't able to film for a little bit because of that. So thank you guys so much. Your love and support means so much to me, and you guys just said wonderful things to encourage me, especially to encourage me to rest, which is not easy for me to do, but I was really good. I did rest. I mean, I can't say I rested 100% as much as I should, but I'd say I probably did 80%. 85% of what I should. So thank you guys so much for that. Just to give you a little update on me, it looks like I probably have hypothyroidism. One of the tests that I've done has shown that, but there are 2 more that I have to do, or that they have to get back. One they have to get back, and then I have to do an ultrasound. So but yeah, so we will see. Hopefully that is all it is, because there's potential for there to be other worse things that coincide with that. But so continue to pray, please. That would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of your support in every way, not just for that, but also for my channel. You guys are such a blessing. So today we are going to do 6 Dollar Tree DIYs for Christmas. Yay! You guys know Christmas is my favorite season, and Dollar Tree DIYs are awesome. If you hear a little bit of noise in the background, that's just my son in the kitchen. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I have this wonderful space for my craft room now, but it is connected to the kitchen, and there is no door or no way to really have a door there. So if you hear a little bit of noise, that's just him. So please pardon that. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you here face to face all of these different DIYs, but then afterwards I'm going to give you a really good close-up. I have not put the tree up yet, so some of these ornaments you won't see on the tree, but you'll get to see them close up. So this is my first one. I'm so excited about this. Look at that. So you guys, this started off, oh, and here's the back. So I'll tell you about that a little bit here in just a second. Let me just tell you, this started off as these little wooden cutout pieces from Dollar Tree. You get them in a pack of 5, and they do come with the jute twine to hold them up as ornaments. So that's what it started out as. And then what I did for this side, is that not adorable? Oh my goodness. Is that not super adorable? Okay, so what I did is I just took some of this Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, which you guys saw me show this in one of my recent Dollar Tree hauls. Love this. 9 feet, gorgeous ribbon. And then I just took some Mod Podge and glued it on here. Now let me tell you, when I put Mod Podge down first, and then I put the burlap on top of it, and I just cut it, to fit. Well, I cut it and I had extra all around the outsides. Okay, so I put the Mod Podge down. I cut strips that were wider than this stocking, and then I put Mod Podge on top of that. Now it will seem like it won't adhere because this is textured and thick, but it will, I promise. You just put a bunch of Mod Podge on top of it and press down. It's not going to completely press down like you would with paper or fabric like that, but it will adhere. When you're all done and it's dry, it will be totally stuck to there. Then I just took scissors and I cut all the way around all of the excess. Now I used my regular, at first, Dollar Tree scissors like this to cut around, just regular little scissors. And then I used my favorite little scissors for getting up close. These I had in a haul. and I just use these to get into the little crevices and stuff. So now this little ornament originally has these cutouts, you can see up here, and I didn't worry about that. I just went ahead and glued over that. And then there's a place for a hole right here. So on the outside, I just used my awl. You could use a nail or anything that you can kind of puncture through there. You can use tiny scissors to puncture through there. Now here on the back side, what I used is I used an ink, not an ink pen, but let me get it out of this bag and I'll tell you. This is Jane Davenport. Of course, it's not from Dollar Tree, but I've had these for probably 4 or 5 years. These are Jane Davenport. They're called butterfly markers, I think, but they're filled with ink, really highly pigmented ink, and I just used that to paint the other side of it. Now where the glue had gotten on there from Mod Podge, then it made these little designs where the ink couldn't really stay, and I thought that was perfect because this is just like a farmhouse style ornament. Now the reason why I used that instead of some Dollar Tree paint, because you could use some Dollar Tree paint, is I didn't have any red. I couldn't believe I didn't even think about that. So I didn't have any red paint at all left in my entire craft room. So I just used that, but you could use Dollar Tree paint. So yeah, so now let's just do a little bit closer look at this set of awesome ornaments. Okay, you guys, I have one more awesome set of ornaments to show you, and I do want to let you know the reason why I'm not actually doing these DIYs with you is I was working on these just a little bit at a time while I was really sick. I might spend like 15 minutes just so that I could feel like I was accomplishing something, and then later on I'd do a little bit more, and so I didn't do them on the video with you guys, so that's why. So this one is based on this wood cutout from Dollar Tree as well for the set of 5. It's a little bell, super cute. And so what I did for that is I took some craft paper. I just took some regular craft paper from a paper pad and I Mod Podged it. So what I did is I put Mod Podge all on here. I always want to say Mod Podge instead of Mod Podge, so you keep hearing me correct myself. But I put Mod Podge on the cutout first, and then I just laid the cutout down on top of the craft paper, and then after it dried I cut all around the paper. Now on these little edges, you know, really short, not short but tight spaces all around there, those little defined spaces, I just used my, I guess I already put them up, I just used the little scissors again that I was showing you guys earlier. I just used these scissors to cut around those spaces. Now on the other side, and for some reason I was just all into having two different styles on each side, is here I took some Dollar Tree blue paint. Now the paint was tempera paint, which is not permanent, and so I just mixed it with a lighter color of acrylic paint that I already had at home because I couldn't find any blue acrylic paint at Dollar Tree at the time. So I just put in a really thin coat, and then I took a little piece of scrap paper and just smudged it all around to kind of make it look really faint and sort of distressed and kind of old and farmhouse looking. And then, now this one doesn't have enough excess. Then on the front is I just took that same piece of paper that had that extra paint on it and I just rubbed it on the front of each one. Yeah, so it's a super fun and super easy. Now this was more time consuming when you have to use the small scissors to get around the edges, and so what I did was I used the small scissors to cut around the outside, and then for the little narrow places I used my X-Acto knife to get in those little corners like that. Yeah, so let's do a closer look at these beautiful ornaments. Okay, you guys, for this one I have a DIY using toilet paper rolls. So let's see. Just a regular old toilet paper roll. This kind is white because the Walmart toilet paper, believe it or not, all of the rolls inside are white and not the brown kind. So that's what I wind up using for all of these. But and that helped if I wanted the color to be consistent coming through by having the same colored toilet paper rolls. But if you're using a really dark color, that doesn't matter really. So this one, I have two different styles. Look at this. These are napkin rings with the bling bling. I did one in the buffalo check. Yeah. And then I did one in this blue because we have touches of blue. We have neutral colors in our living room, but we have touches of blue here and there. And so I'm probably going to use this at the dining table. So all I did is I took the toilet paper roll and I painted it, and I don't have any of the paint left, or I'd show you, but I painted it with some Dollar Tree gold glitter paint, and it was in a tube. It was really not like the little glue sticks. It was actually glitter paint at Dollar Tree. I only found one tube there, and then I used some gold paint that I already had because that was tempera paint. I used some gold acrylic that I already had to mix it to make it permanent, and it gave it just the perfect amount of sheen. And I don't know if you can really tell, but that way the gold inside there really has a nice sheen to it. And then I just took this Dollar Tree diamond wrap and I hot glued it around the toilet paper roll that was now painted gold. And that's how it turned out. And I think this one just looks so stunning. I mean, it really looks like a formal dining table napkin ring, I think. Plus this blue is so pretty. And this, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of country farm style bling, right? All right, so let's get a closer look at these. Okay, you guys, I dug up the paint that I was talking about. So here is the gold. That was the gold tempera glitter paint that I got from Dollar Tree. And then this was the gold that I mixed it with, that I already had. And then this is the blue that I mixed with some, I don't have the light color blue that I mixed, but this was the blue tempera paint that I used. Okay, so those are the paints so far. Now I have a really big one for you guys, and it's in this bag. Let's see if I can get it out. That I used all toilet paper rolls to make it. So I have it in here because it's paper and to protect it so it will last hopefully for forever. But this is what it is. Look at that! So this is basically a paper chain, but it's really pretty and shiny gold. And I'm gonna use it as some of the garland around the main Christmas tree in the living room. So I think it is so pretty, and it is so long. And so I've been saving my toilet paper rolls for all of this stuff. So there's a lot more in here, y'all. And all I did is I took a toilet paper roll, and not just toilet paper rolls, I also used paper towel rolls, which we don't normally buy paper towels, but we bought a bunch of them when the pandemic first started because we couldn't find toilet paper, you know, and after a while you couldn't even find paper towels either. So my husband got a bunch of paper towels when we could. So I saved paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls, and the white ones are the ones that I painted. And then I painted them just like I did I mixed the two golds together, and then I just cut them in pieces. So I took this toilet paper roll and I painted it all first, and then I just cut it into 7 or 8 pieces, mostly 8 pieces if I was paying attention. And then I just cut those, on one end, and then I put them together and stapled them where I cut them. Yeah, and so this is so long. I was trailing it around the house to see how long it is, but you think you have enough, and you discover when you get ready to dress the tree, maybe it's not quite enough, but I think I have enough. So yeah, so let's look a little bit closer at my paper chain garland. Okay, you guys, I have another garland to show you. Voila! This was the first project I started working on after I came from the emergency room, and I am so in love with it. Oh my goodness, I just want to show you. This is just a little scrap of Dollar Tree foam board, and I just cut little slits. So I cut little pieces on there to be able to wrap this garland around so that I could pack it nicely and it not get all tangled. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. So look at that. Now I don't know if it's long enough for the whole tree, but it's gonna go on parts of the tree. Oh, it's so beautiful to me. Okay, so let me let you look a little bit closer up. So I have these Dollar Tree pearlish beads, and I don't remember how many were in the pack, but I did a haul for all of these beads, you guys. So check out my last two, I think, Dollar Tree hauls that were for Christmas craft supplies. So there were a bunch of these in bags, and I had like 5 or 6. And then I still have this was packed to the brim, so I still have that much left and a little bit more left right there of those beads. So I have enough beads, I think. So I have enough if I need to add to the length of this. And then I had this package. I think it was 2 packages of these. So you see this is bronze looking or copper and gold looking beads. And so these are them in the little package. Yeah, I didn't use any of these beads, which is what I thought I was going to originally do. But these are the beads that I used, except for those small ones I did not use. Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't use, let's see, are these the same? Yeah, those are, just not the small ones. Yeah, and what I did is I just took, now this is not from Dollar Tree, this is embroidery thread. They do have crafter's twine, but you'd have to attach a bunch of it to make that long enough. So, but I took this embroidery thread and then I put a bead on it to start it. I put a bead on it, then I turn that string around. You've seen me, guys, you've seen me do that in other videos. So if you haven't watched me watch my fall decor, planner decor videos, I did a lot of beading, and I show you how I start or end the bead to hold it to keep them from coming apart. And then I did that with the first bead and the last bead, and then I just put all the beads on here, and then, you know, I tied them in a knot at the end of each one, and then I have my beautiful garland. All right, so let's get a closer look at the garland. Okay, you guys, for the last DIY, I'm using that same little piece of wood of the bell, and then all I did is I traced it on some buffalo check craft paper that I had. And now if you don't have this and you want to just go straight Dollar Tree, you can use some white paper. You could use some Dollar Tree poster board, and then just use a Dollar Tree Sharpie to make the buffalo check. And then I used a Dollar Tree Sharpie to make the letter M, and I did Merry Christmas. So I did this for all the letters to make Merry Christmas. And then I'll show you, I used a what do you call it, clothesline clip thing. I use that because you can get those in a package from Dollar Tree, and I used some Dollar Tree twine. Actually, did I have enough twine? Yes, I used some Dollar Tree twine. I think it's the kind. So I used these from Dollar Tree, and I used, yeah, the Dollar Tree kind of thick twine there. All right, and then I can use that as a, oh y'all, I lose words in videos sometimes. What do you call that? A garland. So I can use that as a garland. Okay, you guys, well, let's do a close-up look at the Merry Christmas garland. All right, you guys, well, those are the 6 Dollar Tree DIYs that I have for you this time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope they inspired you, put you in the Christmas spirit, and that you're going to do some DIYs yourself. If you do any of these or anything similar, please tag me on Instagram at Organized Planner Chic so that I can celebrate with you and your wonderful creations. There I post all different kinds of pictures of my creative ventures and adventures. I also have 2 Facebook groups. The one for anyone around the world is called Organized Planner Chic Crew, and there we do giveaways and we just post all different types of things, videos, lives, all that good stuff. And then the group that's local is called Phoenix Planner Friends for Christ. We normally meet in person, but because of COVID, we hadn't been, so hopefully it's really getting ready, kind of cooling down. It's cool in the morning and cool in the evening, so we're going to try to get together again soon outside and social distance. And also, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and share and comment and tell me what was your favorite DIY in today's video. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, just go to patreon.com/organizedplannerchic. And until next time, happy planning.